After tonight's 132-130 loss to the Atlanta Hawks, the Dallas Mavericks are now 2-7 in their last 9 games, as they've officially fallen 5 games under 500, and they are still out of the play-in tournament. Tonight's game, thanks to JaVale McGee, went into overtime, and a miss by Luka Doncic in the final seconds of overtime caused a loss. The Atlanta Hawks, they ended up pulling this one out. I think this may be the end for the Dallas Mavericks with Kyrie Irving. I think that things are looking pretty all right for the Atlanta Hawks. We're going to get into all of that in today's recap, but before we do, I just want to say we are on the road to 2,000 subscribers, and we have uploaded every single day for the last 34 days. So if you're new here and want to support the channel without missing out on any NBA daily content, please be sure to consider hitting that subscribe button. Without further ado, let's get straight into this video talking about the winners of today's game, the Atlanta Hawks. First and foremost, I gotta give some credit to John Collins, mainly because I made a video the other night talking about the Atlanta Hawks and talking about how John Collins has had such progressive fall off since receiving his contract. He was a former 20-10 power forward, incredible lob threat, shot 40% from the three, and now this season he's averaging around 13-8. Definitely not what you want to see, someone not progressing and just getting worse as the years progress into their contract. Tonight though, we saw John Collins look a little bit more like himself. He finished with 18 points, 10 rebounds, and 2 steals tonight, and he also knocked down 4 3-pointers. It's absolutely amazing what this team looks like when John Collins is out there actually being able to spread the floor, and you have Bogey out there who's spreading the floor, and the new addition of Saddiq Bey. He obviously did not shoot that great tonight, going 1 for 6, or new-ish addition of Saddiq Bey, I should say, my apologies. I think this team is honestly looking really solid. On a night like tonight, they did a really good job of defending Luka Doncic as they forced him to go 8 for 21 from the field and 3 for 12 from three-point land. And it's really impressive that they're doing this without DeAndre Hunter. I think Saddiq Bey, whether he's an insurance card or not for DeAndre Hunter, I think that he's been an amazing addition to this team. Tonight he had 13 points and 8 rebounds, as well as 2 steals and 2 assists. He's one of those guys that's just kind of doing all the little things, and when his three-point shot is going, he's just that much better of a player. Tonight for the Atlanta Hawks, it was just a really great team win. You had 7 out of the 9 players who saw the floor tonight finish with double-digit points. The bench production was amazing tonight, especially from Onyeka Okongwu. Honestly, he had an amazing night tonight on the defensive side of the ball. He always just makes it really tough, and when John Collins isn't going down there and catching those lobs, I know that he is, and that leads me to my next point. Trae continues to initiate paint production for the Atlanta Hawks through his incredible ability to throw lobs. I think Trae Young's game is really just one for the ages, if you will, and I don't mean to sound glazing when I say that, because I'm really not the biggest Trae Young fan or someone who avidly watches him, but I just do respect his game, that on a night like tonight where he's super inefficient, obviously going 0 for 5 from three-point land, and then from the field he shot 8 for 24, he's just able to still affect his team in a winning manner by having those 12 assists tonight and keeping the turnovers low as well. He only finished with 2 turnovers tonight in 41 minutes of play, and that obviously with those 12 assists, he still puts up 24 points because he does a great job getting to the foul line. Tonight, he shot 8 for 8 from the free throw. This was overall just a great game chemistry-wise for DeJounte Murray and Trae Young as a backcourt. It looked like they were in sync. It looked like I feel like a lot of people, myself included, are forgetting that this Atlanta Hawks team is still so fresh. Obviously, they made that Eastern Conference Finals run a couple years back, but this team is completely different from what that was. I was watching a Dom 2K video the other day, and he said something I really agree with, that Trae Young and Luka Doncic both made the conference finals prematurely with rosters that really weren't good enough to compete. And I think this roster for the Hawks, maybe if DeAndre Hunter's playing and John Collins looks like a better version of himself, and Clint Capella can step it back up on the defensive side of things, maybe this team is a team that can compete out east. But I do think that I'm not giving them enough credit, because this is their first season with DeJounte Murray sharing the backcourt with Trae Young. Last thing I want to say about the Atlanta Hawks is Bogdan Bogdanović. I really think that if the Atlanta Hawks don't even make the playoffs this year, they're paying him a lot of money, and I think he would be an amazing asset on pretty much any contending team, you name it. I mean, the Bucks, he'd be great. The Lakers, he would maybe make them more of a contender. The Boston Celtics, he would be amazing on. The Denver Nuggets, he would be absolutely amazing on. Tonight, he had 4 3-pointers, and he just does a really great job of playing his role. This was a really great win for the Atlanta Hawks tonight, even though you guys let it slip a little bit as you led by as much as 16 in this game. A win is a win at the end of the day. As for the Dallas Mavericks, the reason that I say that Dallas is done is because even though Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic could theoretically work out together, barring the right roster construction, more defensive wing talent, more, people that can play defense in the paint, if you will, and maybe firing Jason Kidd, I just don't think that Kyrie Irving is going to give any of that a chance come next season, especially considering a night like tonight where he puts up 40 points and proves that he can still be an elite level scorer. Obviously, we all knew that, but just you see tonight, he's getting clutch baskets when his partner Luka Doncic is struggling. He's willing this team to almost a comeback in the big moments. He's really just setting himself up for huge money this offseason, and I don't see why he wouldn't take it, especially at this stage in his career. I mean, you think back to why things didn't work out in Brooklyn, and it was about a contract extension and how he wasn't going to get it. Tonight, he had 41 points, 4 assists, 5 rebounds, 2 steals, shot 16 for 27 from the field, perfect from the free throw line. He did struggle from three-point land, but what's new with the Mavericks? I mean, they shot 26% from the three tonight. This was a very interesting game by Jason Kidd, just, minutes-wise, when Josh Green's playing 40 minutes off the bench. I loved how much they played Christian Wood and JaVale McGee. Obviously, you're not in this game without JaVale McGee. Tonight, he had 11 points, 6 rebounds, highest plus-minus on the team with plus 13. I think JaVale McGee is a very solid NBA player. I talked about this when I made my video on the Dallas Mavericks way at the beginning of this season. I said JaVale McGee is more than qualified, an overqualified backup center, if you will, but he has received more DNPs than I can count on my hands and feet this season. I wish Christian Wood was starting at this rate. Tonight, you have Tim Hardaway and Reggie Bullock pretty much just doing cardio out there. Like, I just don't understand why Maxi Kleber and Christian Wood are not starting in a game like tonight. The minutes, it's just so weird with Jason Kidd. Like, Josh Hardy was playing in the final 2 minutes of this game, and then he gets subbed out going into overtime. He only played 14 minutes on the night. Very just interesting stuff. I just really think this is the end of this Dallas Mavericks, and hence the title. I think Jason Kidd's going to be gone. I think Kyrie Irving's going to be gone. I think Christian Wood, might ask for a trade if he's not getting utilized to the right, capability. Christian Wood has shown time and time again that he's a 20-10 player. I mean, tonight off the bench, he had 18 points and 11 rebounds, and I don't understand why he's not starting yet. He has a great back to the basket game. He's tenacious as hell. He can shoot the ball. Tonight, he goes 2 for 3 from three-point land. Just, I don't know, one of the few bright spots in this Dallas team is Christian Wood, and he's just not getting the minutes. But what do you guys think? Is this Dallas Mavericks team done, or am I jumping the gun? Let me know in the comments below. If you guys made it this far, I appreciate your support as always. I hope you guys all had an amazing and blessed Sunday. Stay happy, healthy, and blessed. Peace.